What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in on my review on the Ultra Lone Peak 7 trail running shoes. So I've done about 150 miles in these shoes and I think I'm ready to give a verdict on them. So these are my first pair of Ultras I've ever owned. I won't talk about or compare them to the older Ultra shoes. I'm also not a shoe expert, so I won't go too deep into the specs of these shoes. But I will talk about how comfortable these shoes are, the durability, the stability, and the waterproof ability of these shoes. Just a little bit about these shoes. These are trail running shoes, but they've been excellent for backpacking. Now, I'm not sure if these will do well if your backpack's on the heavier side. I would say maybe over 40 pounds. But if you're below that, you should be good. The weight of these shoes are 22 ounces for the pair. They make your feet feel free and light. These are also zero drop shoes, meaning that the sole is flat. It's the same level as the toe and the heel, so it gives you more contact with the ground. And it is tough getting used to zero drop shoes at first, but once you train your feet up, it'll feel very natural. The treads of the shoes are also pretty nice. I haven't really noticed them fail me. Also, I saw that they added these from the older shoes here and on the heel, and these are supposed to help with wetter surfaces, but don't quote me on that. It's also got your gator attachments, your Velcro here on the heel, and then the loop right there for the front of it. These shoes are very comfortable to me. Once I got used to the flat, thinner sole, it's like a cloud around my feet. I will say, compared to my other shoes, these are the most comfortable I've ever owned. When I went to the store and tried these on, they felt instantly comfortable, like they were made for me. I think that has a lot to do with the wide toe box that they're known for. I have a problem with my feet getting bunched up, even with like wide shoes and a size up. And it's a little annoying, but with these shoes, I got the size that I usually get, and I didn't have to get the wide version. Makes my toes spread out more, make it more flat. It helps prevent blisters and my toes rubbing. So I did notice when I first started backpacking in these shoes that the heel would slide on my ankles. Well, my friend showed me this little loop that you can do here, and it is a game changer. No more sliding on my ankle. Makes me feel more confident going faster. Yeah, once I found that out, that was a game changer for me. It's also still pretty comfortable going in like technical terrain like rocks and whatnot. I feel the jabs from the rock, but it doesn't feel like it's stabbing me. It does take getting used to, like everything about this shoe, but once you get used to it, it's a game changer for sure. It's also not too bad if these shoes get really wet, because they'll dry out fairly quickly, and you just sort of kind of forget about it over time. But I will say it'll get your feet nice and cool though. These shoes keep me very stable on the trail. Flat trail, climbs, descents. I feel the ground a lot more in these shoes, so I'm able to use more of my stabilizing muscles. And eventually over time they will strengthen your legs. I'm also able to catch myself more if I roll my ankle or if I slip on a rock. And I feel pretty comfortable going fast in these shoes with how much they keep me stable on the trail. These are good in mud and wet ground as well. The times I have slipped, I was able to catch myself fairly quickly. One of the big issues I've heard about these shoes is the durability and the lifespan of these shoes. I've done around 150 miles in these shoes, and it's got a couple dings here and there, but I haven't really noticed anything come apart as far as like the stitching or the material. Now, I have noticed on this shoe, there's a little fray here I never noticed when I first purchased it. But it hasn't gotten any worse since I noticed it, which would probably be my third time using these shoes. Like under that, you know, you got the dings here, a little tear from like rocks stabbing me. Now this is coming loose a little bit, but I think that's fairly recent, but I don't think it's a big deal. The bottom of them still seem pristine. I haven't noticed really any bad tears. So I opted for the non-waterproof version of these shoes, because your feet and shoes are going to get wet eventually if there's water around. Having that extra waterproofing layer, when it gets wet, it'll take longer for your overall shoes to dry. But without that waterproofing layer and the extra ventilations, the shoes will dry out fairly quickly. If the ground has dew on it, I won't notice it in my shoes after like maybe 4 or 5 miles. And when they do get soaking wet after doing a creek crossing or whatnot, shoes dry out around maybe 45 minutes to an hour. It's still a little damp, but it doesn't feel too bad because it'll keep your feet nice and cool. They will be a little damped after a night of sitting out, but it's pretty bearable once you get up and moving. As long as you don't wear really soaked socks, then you should be fine. I really enjoy backpacking these shoes. I look forward to using them every time I plan a trip. They make me fly on the trail, and they make me look fly. They're comfortable, they're stable, and they're just really nice out there on the trail. So if you're looking for new shoes and you like to do multi-day trips and like covering a lot of ground in one day, I'd recommend looking for these shoes. Now, I haven't really heard a lot of good things on these shoes, and you'll probably find that out too, but they compare them to the older shoes. And as for someone that's never used Ultra shoes or any like well-known hiking shoes, these shoes were just just wonders for me. Granted, these are the best shoes I've owned yet. Now, they will take getting used to. It will work muscles that you've never even worked before, but they will definitely make you stronger. Well, thank you for watching. I hope this was informative enough to make your decisions on finding new shoes. And be sure to subscribe for more hiking videos and gear videos, and I will see y'all out there on the trail.